Hi guys, hi friends, good morning. Good morning from here in Italy, depending where you are. This is morning here in Italy. Today, I just want to teach you guys how to care for your incubator, your chicken or any of the poultry egg incubating incubator. Today, I'm teaching you guys how to clean the internal part of your incubator. This is the upper part of our incubator. This is where you have the screen and the transparent parts to see how your eggs are doing. But this side is where we have the real thing, the machine that produces the heat. This is the element that is built in to produce the heat for hatching the eggs. Right now, I'll be showing you this. If you guys can remember, if you are a passion of incubating, hatching of eggs, you remember this part? This is the lid that protects the elements and also protect the eggs. The lid on its own is always dirty too. As you can see, it's very dirty here. It's always dirty, especially when you keep on using your incubator throughout the year. So once the season is finished, it is very, very, very important. You unscrew this lid. These are the screws. These are the screws. I've already done it not to take our time. The screws are all attached at the edges to secure it. Then, for now, let's keep this apart. I'll come to this later. Now, cleaning this internal parts of your incubator, what I have here for use is, here in Italy, we call this grassatore. It's a detergent that is able to take off oil, sticky, that cause sticky. It takes out the sticky stuff here. I'm not gonna say oil because really, when we talk of sticky, we talk about dirt that are sticky like grasso. Oil. It means when you say grasso, it takes off all these sticky dirts that are here. So this one is I mixed this with a little bit of something like a jig or whatever, because there are some that already contains the jig inside, a form of to kill the germs inside. But this one is still the same thing, but this one, it has a little bit of perfume. We call it perfumata because it has perfume. You understand? So I use this first. In case anywhere in the world you can have one that is already with the jig, the bleach, to disinfect the bacteria or whatever dirt that are inside. So I use this first. I just spray it. You spray inside. Please be careful. Just be careful you don't spray much. You don't spray much inside the where you have the electrical parts. But the irons that are attached to it, you spray. I've already sprayed some of these like 10 minutes ago, so that it will walk in to be able to take off the dirt easily. So if you're doing it, I advise you first spray and leave for 10 minutes at least, so that it can walk in to pull off the dirt, the dark, you see, the dirty dirt. So I'm using, here we call it structure. I'm using, it's just like a rag, for the kitchen. You can get this in any of the supermarkets. I'm also using a small towel, that's to dry the wet, after cleaning, to dry it off. I have a little sponge here. This one too, we all will know it's used in there's no special things, special sponge for incubator. You can use anything, but not hard, not sharp thing. When you're using, you try to use the softer part, so that you don't scratch you don't give marks on the plastic parts. It makes it looks, not that it causes harm, but it makes it look a little bit old later. So it's advisable to use something very tender, something very soft. I like keeping my things, taking care of them, so that you find them even 100 years, you still find them as new, as if it's new, the way I bought it. So after using this to clean, I will use this last, because of it has perfume, to just do the last rinsing, so that when you dry it, with the dried towel, you cover it up, that perfume will remain for some time, because this is winter. We are heading to winter, so there's not much odor in winter. There's not much odor. When you're ready to use it, maybe anytime, January, February, anytime you wish to use it, you still have that fresh smell in your incubator. So right now, I'll start with this. I'll start to rub gently, so that the dirt can pull off. Also remember, you will need warm water, lukewarm water. I have lukewarm water here. It's advisable also to use, a little bit of high temperature water. It's not too hot. I have water here. For the cleaning, makes it more easier. It comes off. The black dirt comes off easily. Immediately and when you want to spray, by the side here, there is this space. Also remember, you have to just go that way, and go this way, and spray. Make sure you spray everywhere there too. Just you go this way with your hands, like this and like this. Just go like this, because you still find some sticked black dirt here, inside here. Then you just keep cleaning. Where you have this is very important. If possible, your rag cannot go in. If your rag cannot go in, you get something like a knife or any small brush or any toothbrush you're not using again, or even a new one, a better new one, because incubators, they really need sanitize. You just go that way. I believe if you spray it 10 minutes before cleaning, all the dirt will go out easily. They will go out easily without you using much force, because the detergent mixed with the bleach or jig, we call it here Cantagino, would have already walked in, you know, to soften those dents. When, in case you are using the bleach, just like I mix mine, because I had the one sensor Cantagino, that is the one with without the bleach or without the jig. You make sure you don't add so much. Don't add so much. Don't add so much. Just a little quantity that you know will be able to do the work. Be careful. All these are the electrical parts. Everything in here is always dirty after using your incubator. The problem is, when we start using our incubators, we don't like doing this, because you find out how many times will you start opening and closing the internal part of your incubator. So I advise you just keep using it for the season you want to use it, and when you finish one set, you want to put in another set of egg. What you will just do is this basket that protects this like this, that protect this like this, always make sure you clean just with the same detergents, the liquid detergents we're using, you know, exactly the way I mix this and that. You just clean, you clean and clean very well. Be careful that water don't goes into the element and the electrical parts. You just you soak and press out the water you have in, and you clean. After cleaning, you rinse with water, clean water, always warm water, and you dry off. This is in between the time you are incubating. But when the season of your incubating is finished, because this, I always do it maybe once or twice. It depends the condition I find the machine. Once or twice a year I do this. It is not advisable to always, you know, disturb this internal parts, so that it can be, yes, this is where these parts where we have the iron, this is where it is advisable you use your sponge. It's advisable to use your sponge here, and if possible the harder part, not the softer part, the harder part, to take off the almost going rust machine, because as you can see, they are almost getting rusted, because it's tight, no air, they don't really receive air. I'm not scared when I'm doing this, because I know I'm not going to use this for another 4 to 5 months. I don't like incubating when it's really cold, because I prefer to give the chicks a sweeter life, where they'll be able to stay in a warm condition. Even if I start during the spring, it's still okay. Maybe I put in my eggs in February, and March I'll have them hatched. So from March to April, they will live a sweeter life, notwithstanding that we are consuming them. They should enjoy at least a little bit of their life before they go to the pots. So as you can see, I'm using some little force here to make sure that this rust. I hope you guys are seeing me. What I'm doing here. That is why I said you don't wash, you don't touch this internal part always, because there's no way you will do it that you won't get everywhere here soaked. But it is advisable you do this. Before I forget, what I also used to do is, because it's important, any of your tools, I do it also after using my farm tools in my homestead, you know. I always clean. I just clean those ones. It's not necessary. If you like, you can still use the candagina, that is the bleach, the jig, to disinfectant the bacteria or whatever. Every end of your farming or gardening period, I do this to my tools. Any of the iron type of tool I have, after cleaning like this and rinsing, drying off, you can use any of the oil you have at home. Maybe you have engine oil, you have groundnut oil, you have palm oil, anything that contains oil. You have olive oil, just oil. You use oil to rub. Like after working on this, you can see, you guys can see now, you can see how cleaner it is now than before. At least those black rusts, they are off. See, they are off. Maybe when we dry it off, you'll be able to understand what I'm saying. Every part where there is iron, every part, even here where iron is attached to the round element, don't be afraid, nothing will happen to your incubators. But I bet you guys, this is not the second time I do this to my machine. I have up to 10 incubators here. I do this to all. We're in October. I've stopped incubating. So for today, I decided from the homestead, I'm gonna show my audience, my friends, my customers, my clients, how I take care of my homestead tools, homestead equipment. Everything is important in the homestead. Everything is important, because if anyone gets spoiled, you will not be able to function well the next year. Everything should be cleaned, preserved, and packed well in the right room condition or right container condition. You don't expose them to high humidity temperatures. So I've really done a good work here now. Even me, seeing this thing clean like this gives me joy, man. When I opened it up, I was like, oh my God, where these deaths come from? But you know, depending on the type of egg you're incubating, these computers, oh my God, these incubators, they get close for some 24 to 25, some 30 to 40, depending on the type of egg you're incubating. So you find out that no egg during when you're incubating, they are always covered up. Very good, guys. Very good, guys. See, you see how I've tried to wash this. Yes, I've tried to do this. To me, I feel it's okay now. Then you soak your rag to absorb the foam, you know. I always like starting from this part. Just go round with the soaked rag. You go around the elements. Make sure there's nothing stick to the iron. Make sure there's nothing even underneath. Touch it, feel it. If you have anything stick there. You go round inside. Yeah, this is the first set of rinsing it. When your water looks so foamy, please try and change the water. Come back with a cleaner water. You go again from here, round. Then you keep on cleaning off to reduce the foamy. See the foams? Just continue. You rinse off. Keep going to be so foamy because you have two chemicals mixed together. So definitely to be so foamy. You keep going. Keep going. I tell you, after doing this, you really like your incubator. I've changed the water for the second time now because I want to make sure this foam is all out. This is second time rinsing. Please do not pour water because you want it in a faster way. You use tubes or so. Do not pour water into your incubator. No, please, guys. Just be patient and use the rag to make sure you get off all the foams. Do not use your showers. Do not use your garden tubes for water to do this, please, because it's not supposed to be soaked with water, notwithstanding that the rag that we are using is soaked, but it's better than using your shower or your tube to spray Those ones cost more hand than this. This is dry cleaning. This is what we call dry cleaning. We dry clean. We don't have a lot of water because it's all the parts are secured. As you can see, this is plastic that cannot absorb water. It's just here, little, everything is sealed here. It's sealed. So if you're using a rag, the percentage of liquid getting into those electrical parts is very, very small. It's very small. There may not even be water. It will just be a little bit of soaked condition there, wet condition there. You see, I think you guys can see it's you guys can see it's a little bit cleaner, but you still have the soapy things there. See, you still have you go. I still need to rinse off the rag. I still need to rinse off the rag with clean water. I still need to clean up the rag with clean water. Okay, like this. You spread out your rag now. Spread it out. Spread it out. Spread it out. These stubborn edges, you get your rag inside and just roll. Very important. Every part, every hidden part should be clean. Every hidden part should be cleaned. Just put your rags in. Put your rag in here. All this. You make sure your rag is the edge like this. You do it like this, and you go like this, and you go like this. It will definitely bring out the last threads there. So you go like this, the edge, just go like this. You roll down left, you roll down right. If you see it's not all, you still do it. You know, you have to be patient. You have to take your time and do it. It's nice, you know. It's good you give it a real touch of cleaning. You go. If you have the time, if really you have the time, there's holes inside. The holes too has dirt inside. I don't know if you guys are really seeing it here. I would advise, if you can use toothpick, you roll your, let me see if I can get a toothpick here, because that's the only small thing I know. Either you use cotton wool, cotton balls. Cotton balls cannot get in there. The only thing I know that can get into this tiny hole is this. So you can use cotton balls, or you use your tissues there. These are the things, the only thing I know that can get into this small hole here. Guys, this is the hole I'm talking of. Very, very tiny. You continue doing until you get, I think this is a little bit stuffy. Just give it a little, just a little roll, a little. You have to really be patient, just like when you're cleaning your house like this. Don't overlook anything, eh? These incubators are expensive, darlings. This incubator, they are expensive. Like this one. This is made in Italian incubator. Depending on where you're buying, the minimum you can get this incubator is 300, 400, 500, 600, depending on the make. You know, this is Rio 49. That's the series of this. It can contain 49 eggs of chicken or duck. Then for the squirrels, it should contain about 200 and something, because it's you see, so you guys can see the depths. You know, for duck, for the quails, it can contain up to 200 and something egg. You see, we go here just like this. I hope you guys are really seeing me well. You just go, you go like this inside, just as if you're clean. You see the dirt, guys? You see the dirt? You clean it as if you're cleaning your ears. You go again inside. Toothpick, I know, anything that is very small, because the hole is tiny hole, you know, but it must be cleaned. It must be cleaned. You can't leave it like that. It must be cleaned. You can't leave it like that. You change. I have to change the tissue. Oh, you have to really be patient. These ones are blocked. This one here now, it's okay. Go inside. It will just dry up the dirty. If you see, if it's not really, when you do it like this, see, like this, it's coming out too. It's out. Like this one is out. You can also do like this. If it's not out, it's a must. You must use cotton wool. Cotton balls can't go inside. It depends on your on the type of incubator, because other ones now, I don't know if it's the same design. No, I have to check when I'm cleaning those ones. This one, you see, immediately you put it inside, you guys can see. You see what I'm saying? Please, it's important, the eggs you're incubating need to be in a very good, healthy condition, before they get hatch. You really have to take care of your eggs, handle them well, so you have good hatch rates. Eggs are very, very sensitive to bacteria. If your incubators are infected, the eggs too will be infected, and your chicks too will not be healthy, and your hatch rate too will be low. So you try all possible best to make sure you don't have anything like that in your incubator.